Haven't heard about the Duggars in a while? Think everything's calm on their end? Oh, not even close. So much has happened that their current lives will leave you speechless. Stick around, because I'm about to break it all down, child by child, family by family, and share every unexpected twist. The Duggar family is enormous. They rose to fame through those one-hour TV specials that eventually morphed into 19 Kids and Counting, a show that premiered on TLC in September 2008. For years, we watched this devout independent Baptist family navigate life. No small feat when you have 19 children whose names all begin with J. Honestly, how many of us remember them all without a cheat sheet? Josh, Jana, John David, Jill, Jessa, Jinger, Joseph, Josiah, Joanna, Jedediah, Jeremiah, Jason, James, Justin, Jackson, Johanna, Jennifer, Jordan Grace, and Josie. Anyway, the show 19 Kids and Counting charmed many. We saw modest clothing, strict courting rules, wholesome family activities. But as often happens with reality TV, darkness lurked behind the scenes. The series, which made the family famous, was canceled in 2015 after a shocking revelation. The eldest son, Josh, confessed to his crimes in 2006. Yes, it was terrible and shocking for fans who thought they knew the family. It wasn't just a mistake. It was a seismic event that destroyed their pristine image. In April 2021, Josh was arrested and charged. He was found guilty in December of that year and sentenced to more than 12 years in prison in May 2022. If you thought the scandal was over with the show's cancellation, think again. Josh won't be released until 2032. That's a very long time. 19 Kids and Counting ended in a cloud of disgrace and disappointment, leaving fans wondering what would become of the other siblings. TLC tried to salvage things by creating a spin-off, Counting On, initially focusing on Jill, her husband Derek Dillard, Jessa, her husband Ben Seawald, and a few of the older kids. The idea seemed to be, let's continue the wholesome narrative with the siblings who weren't involved in the scandal. The 3-part special aired, got decent reception, and TLC announced a full season in March 2016. The show ran for an impressive 11 seasons before it was canceled in 2021. Quite a run, considering the storm they'd weathered. Now, you might be thinking, after all that chaos, where are the Duggars now? Did they all vanish into some remote Arkansas forest? Are they still living under the same roof? Did they scatter to the winds, forging their own paths and destinies? Let's break it down, sibling by sibling, parent by parent. We'll start with the patriarch and matriarch, Jim Bob and Michelle. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, the heads of the household, the ones who started it all. They still reside in Arkansas, the place where all that early TLC filming took place. They used to share regular updates on the Duggar family blog, but have you noticed? Their last entry was December 2023, talking about their Christmas love story. A charming glimpse into their life, but not exactly overflowing with fresh details. Since the scandal and legal battles, they've maintained a lower profile. Gone are the days of endless baby announcements and special episodes. Now it's a more subdued existence, at least from what we can see publicly. Josh Duggar, the elder, once considered a kind of heir to the Duggar patriarch, is now in prison. He is serving a 12-year sentence, technically 151 months. This is as dark as it gets. He will not be released until 2032. Before that, he married Anna in 2008, and they have 7 children: Mackenzie, Michael, Marcus, Meredith, Mason, Mariella, and Madison. Nowadays, Anna mostly stays in the shadows. She is occasionally seen raising her children while her husband remains behind bars. This is a tragic storyline that no one expected when 19 Kids and Counting first aired. Jana Wisman, formerly Jana Duggar. Jana, the eldest daughter, who for the longest time was known as the Cinderella Duggar because she remained single and at home, helping raise her siblings well into her adulthood. For years, fans speculated about who she might marry, or if she'd marry at all. There were even outrageous rumors that she might be gay, trapped in a life where she couldn't express herself. But guess what? She surprised everyone. Jana married Stephen Wisman in August 2024 in what was described as a classic, simple ceremony with 500 guests. Yes, 500, because Duggar weddings aren't exactly intimate affairs. Since tying the knot, Jana's been sharing peeks into her married life on Instagram, posting sweet snapshots from their wedding in Arkansas. Many fans are delighted to see Jana forging her own path and finally claiming some independence. John David Duggar. Jana's twin brother John David broke away from the single life a bit earlier. He married Abby in 2018, and they share 2 kids, Grace, born in January 2020, and Charlie, born in September 2022. John David and Abby keep a relatively low profile compared to some siblings, but they do seem happily settled into their roles as parents. For a long time, John David was known as the reserved, pilot brother who took life at his own pace. Now, he's a husband, a father, and still presumably flying planes or involved in similar pursuits. Jill Dillard, formerly Jill Duggar. Jill married Derek Dillard in 2014, and they have 3 sons, Israel, Samuel, and Frederick. But heartbreak struck in April 2024 when Jill announced the stillbirth of their beautiful baby girl, Isla Marie, lost at 4 months. Jill's vulnerability and openness about grief touched many fans. Once heavily involved in the family spotlight, Jill and Derek have distanced themselves from the Duggar parents and some family teachings. They're known for forging their own path, even speaking out in ways that would have been unthinkable in the old days of tight-lipped compliance. Jill's fans appreciate her honesty, especially about sensitive issues like mental health and religious deconstruction. Jessa Seawold, formerly Jessa Duggar. Jessa married Ben Seawold in 2014. They have 5 children, Spurgeon, Henry, Ivy, Fern, and George. Jessa's life seems to revolve around family, homemaking, and homeschooling. She's active on Instagram, sharing cooking adventures, sourdough bread experiments, and snapshots of kids getting their hands dirty with dough. Jessa still resides in Arkansas, and unlike Jill, she appears more connected to the traditional family environment, at least on the surface. Jinger Vuolo, formerly Jinger Duggar. Jinger is one of the siblings who broke away hard. She married Jeremy Vuolo in 2016 and moved to Texas for a while before settling in a suburb of Los Angeles in 2019. California life suits them. They have 2 daughters, Felicity and Evangeline, and in October 2024 they announced they're expecting their 3rd child due in March 2025. Beyond motherhood, Jinger's a New York Times best-selling author, writing books that explore faith, identity, and family tradition. She even co-hosts the Jinger and Jeremy podcast with her husband. They've embraced a more modern, less conservative lifestyle that starkly contrasts with her upbringing. It's fascinating to watch Jinger navigate these new waters while still maintaining ties to her roots. Cousin Amy Duggar King. While not one of the 19 siblings, Amy featured in multiple episodes of 19 Kids and Counting. She married Dylan King in 2015, and they have a son, Daxton. Amy's known for being outspoken, especially about the family's controversies. She and Jill both appeared in Prime Video's Shiny Happy People, Duggar Family Secrets docuseries, which debuted June 2023, shedding light on the darker aspects of the family's life and the teachings they followed. Amy's candidness contrasts sharply with the old Duggar rule of keep it all in the family. It's a reminder that not everyone under the Duggar umbrella agreed with the way things were done. Joseph and Josiah Duggar. Joseph married Kendra in 2017. They have Garrett, Addison, Brooklyn, and rumors persist of a quietly welcomed 4th baby in 2023. They've kept their personal lives more private, barely updating their Instagram since 2021. Joseph works in real estate, according to Family Updates. Josiah, 1 year younger than Joseph, married Lauren in 2018. They share 3 children, Bella, Daisy, and Ezra. Josiah is said to be a pilot and contractor, and he and Lauren love working together on projects. Both Joseph and Josiah have taken a step back from the public eye. Whether that's due to the family scandals or just personal preference, we can only guess. Joanna Forsyth, formerly Joanna Duggar. Joanna married Austin Forsyth in 2017. They welcomed Gideon, Evelyn, and Gunnar. Austin is a contractor, and Joanna often speaks of loving to work on home remodel projects with him. They seem very domestic, focusing on family building and literally building homes, projects, a life that fits their vision. Jedediah and Jeremiah Duggar. Jedediah married Katie in 2021, welcoming Truett in May 2022 and Nora in June 2023. In July 2024, they announced they were expecting twin girls. Their story sounds right out of a storyline you'd expect from a large family: quick marriage, quick kids, and rapid-fire announcements. Meanwhile, Jeremiah married Hannah in 2022. They have 2 daughters, Brinley, Christmas Day 2022, and Brielle, February 2024. These younger adult Duggars seem to be following a familiar pattern. Marry young, start families fast, though each pair's personal dynamics remain mostly private. The youngest girls and younger boys. What about the youngest Duggar daughters, Johanna, Jennifer, Jordan Grace, and Josie? They're teenagers now, presumably living quiet lives far away from the spotlight. The family's controversies might have spared them from the intense media glare that overshadowed their older siblings. Likewise, Jason, James, Justin, and Jackson, the younger Duggar sons, are forging their paths. Jason married Maddie in October 2024, and Justin married Claire in 2021. Neither couple has kids yet. James and Jackson remain unmarried and private. Throughout all these updates, what we see is a once monolithic family narrative fracturing into many smaller stories. Some cling to tradition, large families stay in Arkansas, keep beliefs intact. Others relocate, change their wardrobes, re-examine their faith, and write books telling their side of the story. The Duggars are no longer a single storyline with a neat bow. Instead, they're a mosaic of experiences, personalities, convictions, and even grievances. For fans who remember the early days, Michelle's gentle voice, Jim Bob's jokes, the endless stream of pregnancies, this scattering might feel disorienting. But it's also natural. Families evolve, children grow up, and when you have 19 kids, you're bound to see a wide range of outcomes. Some choose public lives of authorship and podcasts, others retreat into quiet anonymity, and a few end up facing serious legal consequences, as we've seen with Josh. If there's any constant in the Duggar world, it's change, and not always the positive, feel-good change TLC once tried to package. The family story reminds us that reality TV often only shows a polished surface. Underneath lie complicated human beings who might not fit the narrative long-term. The same people who smiled innocently on our screens can carry heavy burdens, make shocking choices, or quietly subvert the expectations placed on them. Looking forward, what can we expect? More books from Jinger? More babies from the younger siblings? More silence from some and bold public statements from others? It's hard to say. The Duggars have made it clear that their legacy won't be simple or straightforward. And as fans, observers, or just curious outsiders, we can watch from the sidelines, piece together their social media breadcrumbs, and wonder who will share their truth next. As we wrap up, my dear viewers, I'd love to know which future updates you'd like me to cover. Do you want to hear more about Jinger's upcoming baby, Jill's boundary-pushing honesty, or Jana's new marriage adventures? Let me know in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're a community here, and I can't wait to read your thoughts. Alright, that's all I've got for you today. The Duggars may be off the air, but their lives remain as intricate and unexpected as ever. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time with more deep dives into the stories behind your favorite, or once favorite, TV families. Until then, stay curious, stay kind, and remember, reality TV is never the full story. Bye for now.